There's a Zen saying, sitting quietly, doing nothing, spring comes, and the grass grows by itself. Nature is always renewing itself, letting go of what is no longer vital. The leaves fall in the autumn, and in the spring the grass grows, the buds grow on the trees into leaves, the flowers come up. Spring can be a time of renewal and growth. Like nature, our yoga practice, no matter how consistent, is always ebbing and flowing. It's constantly in a state of flux. Some days we feel like we're making a lot of progress, some weeks we do, and other weeks or days we feel like things have moved backwards a bit. And that's just the ebb and flow of the practice and of life. I invite you to welcome this change and flow of your practice and begin to experience a wonderful sense of renewal and be okay with what is. Try to let go of any resistance and let the renewal of the practice flow through you. Make your way onto all fours. Bring your right knee to your right elbow. And now lift, keeping the knee bent, lift the foot up. Pulse the foot up and down. Doing this a few times. Just keep going. Try to keep that right hip steady. And pause here. Now bring the right knee to the right elbow. And straighten the right leg, foot is flexed. Right knee to elbow. And straighten. And elbow. And straighten. Keep going a few more times at your own pace. Strong core here. And now straighten that right leg and pause here. Foot is flexed. Lower that knee to the mat. And now bring the left knee to the left elbow. Keeping the knee bent. Bring that knee up and behind. Sole of the foot facing the ceiling. Pulse that knee up and down. Keeping that left hip level with your right. Keep going, a couple more times. And now bring your left knee to left elbow and straighten that leg behind you, foot is flexed. Knee to elbow and straighten. And elbow and straighten. Keep going a few more times. Move with control. And then straighten and pause here. Lower that left knee beside the right. Come on up to your knees and face the side of your mat. Straighten your left leg, place that left foot flat on the mat. Lower your right arm to the mat. Reach your left arm up over your head and lift your left leg up. Left foot is flexed. Now lower your hand and knee to the mat and come back onto your knees. Now straighten your right leg, right foot flat on the mat. Left hand rests on left leg. Sorry, right hand does. Reach forward with your left hand. Lower that hand to the mat. Lift your right leg up and reach your right arm up over your head. Now lower your hand and knee to the mat. Tuck your toes, lift your knees up and walk your feet forward to your hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Exhale, palms together. Lower your hands. Coming to the front of your mat, have your feet hip distance apart. Step your right foot back. Hands on hips, bend that left knee, right hip forward. Inhale, arms up into Virabhadrasana 1. Maybe deepen the lunge. Right heel can stay down or lifted. See what feels best for you. Exhale, bring your palms together at your heart center. Put most of your weight into your left foot, just bringing your right toes forward, resting on the mat gently behind you. Left knee slightly bent. Lift the right foot up off your mat. Flex that foot. Come forward, lifting the right leg up behind you. Pause here. Option to straighten the arms forward in Warrior 3. Now lower that right foot back behind you. Arms up. Bend the left knee back into Warrior 1. Lower your arms and step your right foot forward. Now step your left foot back behind you, big step back. Hands on hips, bend that right knee, left hip forward. Left heel can stay down or lifted. Inhale, arms up. Maybe deepen the lunge. Breathe here. Exhale, palms together at your heart center. Put most of your weight into your right foot, just stepping your left toes forward, slightly behind. Right knee is soft. Lift those left toes up, flex that left leg. Engage the lifted leg, flex the foot. Fold forward, coming into Warrior 3. Option to straighten the arms. If you come out of the pose, that's okay, just try again. Lower that left foot back behind you, arms stay up. Bend that right knee. Exhale, lower both hands to the mat. Step your right foot back beside your left. Lift your hips up and back to downward facing dog. Energetically lift your hips up and back, away from your hands. Think of lengthening your spine. Knees might stay bent. Maybe today you straighten one and then the other. As you exhale, engage your core to come forward to plank pose. Knees can be on or off the mat. Elbows and shoulders soft. Now lower down onto your forearms, onto your elbows. Interlace your fingers. Place your hands back onto the mat. Lift up and back to downward facing dog. Forward to plank pose. Slowly lower down. Tops of feet come on the mat. Lift your chest forward and up. And cobra. Breathe here. Exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes. Pressing your hands into the mat. Lift right up and back to downward facing dog. Lifting and lengthening your spine. Sending your hips up and back. Bend your knees and walk your feet forward to your hands. Exhale, fold. As you inhale, slowly rise to standing, arms up. Exhale, palms together. Release your hands. Turn and face the side of your mat and take your feet nice and wide. Pivot on your left heel and turn your left toes out, still facing the side of the mat. Bend that left knee. Arms out to the side, shoulder blades together. Turn and look over your left hand. Think of deepening the lunge, maybe hugging your feet together. Can you revitalize this pose? Go a little deeper. Transformation takes time. Maybe sink more deeply. Now lower your left forearm and let your hand rest across your belly. Reach your right arm up. Maybe deepen the lunge. Option to add the second arm in Parsvakonasana. There's a couple of breaths. Exhale, lower your arms and straighten that leg. Bring your left toes in and turn your right toes out, hands on hips. Bend that right knee, left hip back, but right knee and foot pointed in the same direction. Arms out to the side. Turn and look over your right hand. Spine stays vertical. Maybe energetically hug the feet together. Maybe sink more deeply into this pose. Make space for new growth, renewal. Reach forward with your right arm and let your right hand just rest across your belly. Reach your left arm up. Maybe deepen the lunge. Option to add the second arm. Couple more breaths. Exhale, lower your hands. Straighten that right leg. Bring the right toes in and walk your feet together. Place your right foot firmly on the mat. Right knee slightly bent. Hands can start on hips. Come onto the toes of the left foot. Turn the left knee out. We're already in tree pose. You're welcome to stay here. Maybe slide the sole of the left foot to the right ankle. Or place that foot on the calf. Or maybe the inner thigh, but avoid the knee. If it doesn't come right up, to the inner thigh, place it back on the calf. Avoid the knee. Any version is right for you today. Palms can come to your heart center. Maybe reach your arms up over your head. Root down into your foot as you stand a little taller. One more breath. And lower your arms and lower the foot. Now press your left foot into the mat. Left knee has a slight bend. It helps with balance. Hands can start on hips. Come onto the toes of the right foot. Turn the right knee out. Maybe stay here on this side. Or slide the sole of the right foot to the left ankle, calf, or maybe the inner thigh, but avoid that knee. Palms can come together at your heart center, or option to reach your arms up over your head. Focus your gaze. Soft sanding knee. And one more breath. Exhale, lower your arms. Lower that foot. Take a nice long, slow inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold and let go. Inhale, rise to standing. Exhale, palms together at your heart center. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.